guys, it's Holly. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this Animal Crossing New Horizons miniature dollhouse. Now, I actually started this dollhouse back in April, but I got a little sidetracked, we'll say. But it's finally done. I am very, very excited. If you have not seen my other dollhouse videos, I will link those up in the corner. Make sure to check them out. This dollhouse comes from a kit. I will link where you can get it down below in the description. This kit in particular is actually the very first dollhouse that I did on this channel, so that's very fun and exciting. This kit comes with everything you need to make the dollhouse, including furniture pieces, the walls and flooring, the fabrics, the wires, everything. Of course, I'm going to be changing pretty much all of it, as always. The kit comes with wallpaper, but I decided to print off my own. I found this really nice little leaf pattern. I'm going to cut out the walls and glue them onto the wall pieces, making sure to poke a hole for the wires later. I'm actually going to be using the flooring that comes with the kit for this dollhouse. I tried to go with kind of like a tropical vibe, since we are on an island after all. Cut that out and glued that to the floor piece. Then once everything was dry, I glued the walls to the floor. Then for the window, I printed off a picture of an island and then traced it and cut it out and glued it on. I changed the picture out because I wanted it to show the beach. Then I glued on the other pieces that go with the window. I added a picture of Celeste because Celeste is my girl. I love her so much. And then also a blue rose because it's one of my favorite flowers in the game. Next, I'm going to glue together the little desk that comes with the kit. I decided to turn the desk into a DIY workbench because of course you need to have a DIY workbench in your house. So I glued on a little cutting board pattern, and then I made a can of paint out of clay and then found the actual little paint label and printed that out and glued it on. I also made a little glue bottle, a little pencil, and a little T-square. And then of course I had to add a little DIY on there. For the knobs, I printed off these little bitty pictures. There's a little picture of Isabel and then Rosie. So cute. Now because I film these as I go, sometimes I make something and I don't like it, or I do it wrong and I have to rip it apart. So this is a prime example where I realized I put the chair together wrong, and then there was a gap in the pattern that I put on the chair, and it was a whole big thing. So I had to put it together again, and then I decided to use the same pattern for the bedspread for the chair. Then I made the bed, which is probably my favorite part. I always like making the beds in my dollhouse videos. I found this pattern and I thought it was really cute, so I decided to make that the bedspread using printable fabric. It's basically printable fabric that you can print on a regular printer, peel off the back, and you have fabric. And it's amazing and I love it. I also printed off a little pillow with Tom, Timmy, and Tommy. I sewed that together and then stuffed it to make kind of a long pillow for the bed. I decided that I wanted to make a leaf pillow, and I first started making it with felt, and then I used embroidery floss to make all of the details in the pillow, but I eventually decided that I didn't really like this as much, and I remade the pillow using fabric, and I like it a lot better. I also made a little pillow that looks like a bag of bills, which I think is super cute. Next, I put together the wall shelf. The kit comes with paper you can fold to make little books, but I decided to make my own little Animal Crossing themed books, so I just cut those out and accordion folded them and then added them onto the shelf. I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to put on the wall shelf because there's so many things in Animal Crossing, but ultimately I decided on a little clay fossil, a star wand, and a little tiny Nook bag.
5 o'clock somewhere.
I really wanted to make a star fragment to put on the shelf, and I thought it would be really cool to use this stuff that I've had laying around for many years now called Oyumaru. It's basically a meltable plastic that's very translucent, and I thought it would work really well for the star fragments. You have to melt it in boiling water, and then you can sculpt it, but it dries kind of quickly, and I was having a really hard time making it look like the star fragment. So ultimately, I decided to buy the candies that inspired the shape of the star fragments to begin with, which is this candy called Kampito. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's basically a Japanese candy that's really cool looking sugar, basically. So I picked the best one and put it on the shelf. And it doesn't look exactly like a star fragment, but I think it's pretty close. I also had this blue shell that I painted pink to look like the shells on your beach. And then, of course, I had to add a framed picture of my girl Sprinkle. She's probably one of my favorite Animal Crossing villagers. I love her so, so much. And then lastly, I painted a bead to look like a pitfall seed. This kit comes with 2 LEDs to make 2 different lamps. So for the one on the wall, I decided it would be really, really cool to make the balloon with a present. So I melted down the yellow Oyumaru and added it to the LED and shaped it to look like a balloon, which looks really cool, I think. Then I found a pattern for a little white box with a lid and shrunk it down so it's super duper tiny, cut it out, folded it together. I kind of struggled on how to do this. I was making it up as I went. So I basically added a wire to the balloon and strung it through the box. I did it at an angle because I wanted the wire to not show, the one that was going to be connected to the wall. This made it a little bit wobbly. I was having a little bit of a hard time, but ultimately I think it ended up looking okay. Then I added the red ribbons. It looks so cute. And then I glued on beads to make it easier to put on the wall. The side table was green, so I decided to paint it white. Glued that together. And then for that one, I decided to add little knobs that look like KK Slider and Tom Nook. For the other light, I decided that it would be really, really cool if I could make a Nova light, because that was definitely one of the things I was most excited about getting in the game. So after some research, I found out that the Nova light is called a stellated dodecahedron. So I found a printable, foldable pattern, shrunk it down super tiny, cut it out, and then after I cut it out, realized, hey, this one has lines on it and I don't want lines on it. So then I had to recut it out again. And let me tell you, this was the hardest part of the whole dollhouse. It was super tedious and tiny. I had to use tweezers to fold it, and I don't really think it came out super perfect at all, but I think you get the point that it looks like a Nova light. I mean, I'm still pretty proud of it. It's pretty cute. I like it a lot. So now that we have all of our pieces done, it is time to assemble the dollhouse. I glued on the window and the light. I think it looks really cool. Oh look, we got some items to place here. I love that. I love that so much. Then we're gonna add on the wall shelf. And then I printed out some other fun little pictures to put on the wall. I connected the wires to the battery pack that came with the kit, and the dollhouse is done. I'm super happy with how this came out. I think that the way that it lights up is so cool. I'm so excited that I got the little Nova light to work. Probably one of the coolest lights I've ever made in a dollhouse video. So I really wanted to have a figure to pose in the dollhouse, so I found this little villager guy, I believe on Amazon. I'll put the link down below in the description. But he's a little bit big for this dollhouse, but I still wanted to include it because he's Animal Crossing and he's pretty cute. If you guys are interested, I have an island tour video I will link up in the corner. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.